Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm gonna do like a work with me vlog. I feel like all I've been doing are like hauls and throw out boxes. Actually, that's all I've been doing since I restarted my channel. While I do love doing those, I feel like sometimes they can get a little bit boring, so I figured we would just razzle dazzle it up a little bit with like a work with me vlog. So just a little bit ago, my grandpa came and picked up the kids. If you don't know, I do have two kids. One is 3 and one is 1. It's very hard for me to get work done with them here. And then my husband, he does resell, but he does it like part-time as like a side hobby. He's a teacher, so he is at work during the day. I have a hard time working at night because after staying home with my kids, which I love, I get a little tired, and I do tend to make mistakes when I work at night. And my grandpa loves seeing the kids and watching the kids, and I know it's good for them to get out too. Anyways, he just picked them up just a little bit ago, and I have had, I'm gonna call it a lunch. It's 9:40. I eat when I can. But now I'm about to go into our dining room or my workroom area and get started, and I will show you, but I wanted to start this off. Yeah, let's see what I can get done today. So we're actually gonna take a slight swerve. I was gonna just start working. I had everything, or most things, pictured. I had measurements for everything, and I was gonna start typing out descriptions on my computer first and then go to the thrift store, but I forgot to charge my laptop, and because it's really old, when it doesn't have enough charge, and because it's been cold, it doesn't like to start. And so I have it charging, and I'm just going to go to the thrift store now, which actually I think is going to work out okay, because sometimes when I think I'm going to go to the thrift store later, I gauge it bad, and I don't, like, I leave too early or too late, or not rush, and so this is actually probably better. Anyways, hopefully it comes on when I come back. It's like, I don't even know how many years old, like probably at least 5 years old, which really isn't that old. Like some people, but maybe it is for laptop, I don't know. It works fine when it's on, it's just sometimes a little bit finicky to turn on, which is great, and I just don't want to replace it right now. So I'm not going to, because I'd want to replace it. It's a MacBook, and I would want to replace it with a MacBook because I love it. I do have a couple others. I have a Chromebook I could use, and then I have my actual Mac that in theory I could use, which I might if it doesn't, I will if it doesn't turn on, so I can do descriptions. But we're headed to the thrift store first. It's been a long time since I've been to this thrift store, like probably at least 3 weeks, if not a whole month since I've been here, because I've just been going to the bins, so I haven't felt the need to go. Anyways, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going first, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, sorry about the weird lighting. I have you propped up in my Christmas tree, because that's what we're doing. So I had every intention of filming in the store, but it was really busy, and I'm not really sure why. Let me open up this. Is it better? I don't know. But I had every intention of filming in the store, but it was so busy. And I think they were like moving things around, and I did not have as good of luck as I usually have in the store, or that I have had in the store. They just started pricing things up again. I swear they go through these fluxes where they price things really high, and then they price things like low or reasonable or whatever, but today was kind of high, but I still got some stuff. But I think everything I got came from a new rack, and that was it. And hi, Lou. Everything I got was from a new rack, I'm pretty sure. And I really tried to look at this store, but it just wasn't happening today. One thing I was excited about were these Judy Blues. They are a skinny jean, but they're 22W. Just a dark wash. They were $7.99. That's just the price of jeans at my store, unless they decide that they're a really good brand and they price them at $20. And I said it before, but my Goodwill around me does not do like a sale tag. They have colored tags just to tell them how long something has been there, or like what the new color is, but they don't go on sale. I do, because I'm a VIP member, I get 10% off if I spend, I think it's 10% off if I spend $20. So that's great. Yeah, most of their things they have like a base price for things, but then they always price it higher, so I don't know. These were $4.99. They're a size 18W. They're Lauren jeans. This just looked like a very vintagey, retro-y tag. I know it's not like the purple one, so it's not like the greatest, and they are just like khaki pant, but I don't know. I just like that they were like vintagey, retro-y. I don't know. I'm gonna look them up, do a little bit more research. These I got for Jacob to sell if he wants to. If not, I'll probably just take them back. It is NFL. They're kids, size 14, 16. But they were $1.99. They're Cleveland Browns, and they looked to be in pretty good condition. So I'll see if he wants those. If not, I'll just return them. This is a Kalia by Carrie Underwood, size large. Yes, size large. It's not coming across on camera, but it is like, it's like a black and like green leopard cheetah print. I don't know what kind of neck you would call this, like a cowl or a turtle, faux turtleneck. This was $4.99. I'm excited about. Oh, not everything came off the new rack. The one Ralph Lauren thing, that was the one thing I found in the store that was worth getting, not on the new rack. These were both $3.99, but they are Lululemon sports bras. So like, do I think I'll get the most from them? Probably not, but yeah, that was my trip. Luckily, I don't feel like the trip was wasted because I did need to go to the grocery store, and the thrift store I went to, they were right next to each other. So it kind of worked out. Kind of. I spent $26 or $27, somewhere in there. Yeah. So now, let me show you one more thing. I don't know if you all care about this. This is what I'm making for dinner. It literally took me 10 minutes to prep this. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot to cook the meat beforehand, but I think it'll just cook in this and be fine. And then I'm also prepping some homemade bread. Literally the prep for both of these things took like 10 minutes. So hopefully it's good. We haven't had this recipe in years. I don't really know why we haven't had it in so long. We just kind of haven't. Kenzie, you do not need to be getting on that dog that is way down there by their house. So let's just show it. So this is the dining table that we don't use for dining. We don't use it for dining. We just use it for resale stuff. This I need to go back and wash. The last time we went to the bins, there was a ton of like formal dresses. So I definitely stocked up on those. But I have to rewash that because it got dirt on it. So I cleaned it and then it got dirt on it again. I don't know. But this is what I'm going to be working on right here. So these dresses, they were all from the bins. I have a Birdie Gray, a Dress the Population, a Jenny Woo, a Lulu's, and then I don't remember what the brand of this one was. And then this stack here is photographed. And I have all my measurements down. I have the measurements for the dresses too. I just need pictures of them. So that is what I'm going to get started on. And then over here's my death pile. Okay. So I have one bin of shoes and then 2 other bins. I need another bin. And I keep meaning to go to Target to get another bin so then they're all uniform down here, but I haven't. Jacob also probably needs another bin. This empty one I use to take stuff out to the garage for storage. Once I process it, but over here we have more inventory that I just need to deal with, and there's Mocha in the window. So I need to get to work now. My laptop did come back on, by the way, so that was swell. I might set you up. I'm gonna get my water and a YouTube video on, and I'm gonna start just typing away. Okay, so I just got done with my descriptions. I need to take pictures of the dresses, but I wanted to show you all, because I've been meaning to show you all, kind of how I keep track of my inventory. So that is what I'm going to show you now. So I don't use like Vendu or anything like that, mainly because I don't want to have to add the added expense. I can see totally why people would want to do that, but I just do it this way. So I have two categories down here, as you'll see, clothing and shoes. I have like a general description, or like a general what they are, what the item is. I have the description that I type out here on my notes, and then I have the bin that it's in, and I've recently started putting the date that it's sold. You'll see over here, so these are blue, or blocked out into blue, but as I scroll through, like, you'll see some in pink. When they're pink, that means I've deactivated them off whatever platform because they've sold on some platform. And then I put the sold date there. That way then I can kind of keep track of when I sold it. So that way then every now and then I can go through and delete. So like this one here, I know that I can delete this row. I no longer need it because, you know, it's sold, and sorry, I'm doing this with my left hand. It's sold, and I'm not going to get it back because they, you know, opted to not return it or whatever. So, yeah, and then as I scroll through, you might see a yellow. Yellow means that Poshmark wouldn't let me take it off yet because there was an active offer already on it. But yeah, this is how I keep track, and then whenever something sells, I look it up, I mark it out. XYZ, when I type my descriptions, like I said, I type it in my notes. Also, I just realized how dirty the screen is. My kids got a hold of my laptop at one point, and so it got really kind of nasty, and I just need to clean it. I just haven't. Anyways, but this is where I put this in here. And then also, because I don't have Vendu, I put in my sales and my spending on here. That way then overall for the month, I can see, you know, how much I made, how much I spent, and then my net profit. So these are all the sales, you know, however many that I made in January. It adds them all up here, and then I add up my spending and then my profit. I know Vendu keeps track of it a different way. I'm sure that there are other things that track it a different way. This is just the way I like to do it, and then I have an overall what I've made, overall what I've spent, and overall profits on the whole year. But it goes through, you know, all of the months and everything. And I will say, like, so there was a big jump from January to February because I started listing more and all that sort of thing. But that is just where I have it kind of kept in here, and it works for me. So
Just an idea if you're not wanting to spend extra money on a listing service, but you want a way to kind of keep track of it better. These are the ways that have worked for me. I like how they are set up. Yeah, it makes it super easy for me. Also with this, I don't know if I said, because you couldn't see it, if it is just like white, like normal. So blue would be I've listed it. Pink is that it's sold. Yellow is that it's sold, but I haven't taken it off Poshmark, just to remind myself that I need to go and take it off because it's sold somewhere else. But then if it is like white or clear, I know that I still have that to list. So like I haven't listed it yet. So today, whenever I go, I'll start at the top of whatever this is, like the closest to the blue. I'll copy it, and then I'll start doing my cross listing. It saves me a lot of time. Obviously, it would probably be quicker if I had something that would just, you know, relist across my platforms for me, but I do like, you know, kind of filling everything out myself because some platforms have different things to fill out and all that. But yeah, that's the last thing on this. I just remembered that I didn't say how I know if it's not listed yet or not.
Okay, so I just finished doing the pictures of the dresses, and I pulled out a whole new stack of things. This is the stuff to go out to the garage. Pulled out a whole new stack of things to photograph, but I can't do photographs right now because it's hit a time. If we hadn't fallen back an hour with daylight savings time, or what is it, on or off now? I don't know. There's this weird shadow right here, so I can't take the pictures. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bucket out to my garage. I'm going to bundle up. I'm going to take that out to my garage and put it all away, and then I might go through some stuff and separate out what's going to go to Play-Dohs, but I don't know if I'll have time for that because I do need to go get my children soon. But yeah, that is kind of what a day in my work life looks like. I wish I could have gotten more done, but you know, sometimes things happen and it is what it is. I'll take the photos probably tomorrow. I can take photos when the kids are home. It's just a little bit difficult because they like to come in and play in here. But you gotta tough through it sometimes, and that's just how it is as a stay-at-home working reselling mom. I hope that you all enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a little bit, broke up some of the hauls. Let me know if you care if it's just hauls and thread up unboxings. I do plan to do like Vlogsgiving and Vlogmas just because I personally like doing those and I like seeing the memories. So if you do like vlogs, stay tuned for the next, you know, a couple weeks. There's going to be vlogs coming at you, and then maybe depending on how that mulls over, maybe I'll continue doing them. But yeah, if you all did enjoy, please be sure to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Comment below any suggestions that you have. Actually, the reason why I'm going out to the garage and need to go through a couple things is because of your all's suggestions on some of my videos. I appreciate it so much. You've been so kind to me. I've been reselling for almost 2 years now. I started a long time ago and then I stopped. Like I did it for a few months and then I stopped. And then I started again January of 2024. Yeah, the year I had my daughter. So coming up January will be 2 years of reselling. But, you know, it's an ever-learning thing. You learn something all the time. And yeah, like I said, if you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Stay tuned for more. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye, guys.